Hello everybody and welcome back to Future Gals Part 4. Where we last left off, we visited a lingerie store and oh boy, Leona, her outfit wasn't that great. Ariel's was better, but I like Leona more. And now we are talking about some weird food thing. So let's find out what that is. Oh, fine. In the future, you know that we're both miserable cooks and start cooking meals for us every day. It was really sweet of you, but we don't want to take advantage of the assumption that you'll do just that. We've both been spoiled by your cooking. I rub the back of my neck as the women look ashamed. Never thought my cooking was anything special. They like it enough to eat it every day? Haven't they got me confused with someone else? Well, in that case, let's go to a grocery store. Really? You don't mind cooking for us? We don't have anything to pay you back with, you realize, so, I can think of a few things that you can pay me back with. I don't mind at all. It's nice to know someone enjoys my cooking, even though I might not be as good as you remember. I only get to cook for myself in the summer months. A spark of hope lights in my chest at being told that this change since I'm out of school. The future is set, and with every revelation, it looks a little brighter. I do like Fate's revelations. That was good. Come on, let's go get something. You can tell me your favorite dishes. I'll make one for them. I'll make one of them for you. Eagerly, the women accompany me to the local marts, and they grab some simple ingredients for dinner. It is some sort of tradition. If this is the start of a tradition, it's one I'm happy to fulfill for them. Words are hard. Being able to satisfy others is so gratifying after being alone. I'm stunned when the women devour the food I cook for them. Their forks and knives constantly clink against their plates, their cheeks stuffed full. Although they try to be polite about it, I could tell they were hungry. They assure me that I do a little better at cooking with time and more practice, but I still have a natural knack for it. I suppose that it comes with territory, since most cooking is just understanding the changes that take place in food. Following a recipe isn't too difficult from testing a proven scientific concept. Obey instructions and achieve results. Simple enough. It's one of my few skills in it. I never really thought about using it to make friends with people. My voice hurts. I can only record 2 sessions, I guess. Wow. Judging by how effective the women adore me for feeding them, it's clearly effective. After we eat, a wave of exhaustion washes over me. I haven't had this much social interaction in a long time, and never outside of academic obligations, clubs, and group projects. Sentences like that were always something I craved, but they wear me down quickly. I let out a yawn and stretched back against the dining chair. All the hours of sleep I missed preparing for files must be catching up with me. The women look up from their dinner, a variety of expressions crossing their faces. You're going to bed already? Weak. You can sleep after you're dead. The week is up, can't you? We should be spending every moment together as alert as possible, reveling in each other's company. Ariel whines, but Leona talks her down. Let him rest. We all need energy for tomorrow. I know you feel like you have to make the most of this time with him since he's going to pick me. Duh. But you can't ask too much of him. Hey! Leona dodges the crumbs that Ariel playfully throws at her. We have to take care of him as much as he takes care of us, you know. Get some sleep, Drew. I feel a little bad about abandoning them. The women are hyper and excited, and after a full meal of cooking, all I want to do is sleep. You women can stay up as long as you like. You know where the TV is and my laptop. I pause, thinking back to my browser history. I used incognito mode, didn't I? There's nothing incriminating on there. But paranormal squares my stomach until Leona giggles. Don't worry, we won't go stupid through all your folders. Or if we do, it'll only be to get recommendations. Leona and Ariel both smile in a way that doesn't seem reassuring at all. Maybe my home is your home is more of a dangerous policy than I thought. Do you sleep naked? I could never do that. I always have to sleep with clothes on, just entirely. Like, I'm basically like one step away from having pants on. I'm usually wearing pajamas, type of thing. And I think I know what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure Ariana is involved. I stir quietly in my sleep, trying to adjust and get comfortable, but I can't move. My ears peel open as I feel a heavy weight against my cheek. When I try to draw a breath, I don't get any air. For a moment, my heart skips a beat, thinking someone is trying to smother me with a warm pillow. I can see 2 warm pillows right here. It's not a pillow, although it's just as soft. Ah! My mind screams in shock. Leona has crawled up around me, my face smothered into her breast. This is not where your face is. Leona crawled up around me, my face smothered in her breasts, until I turned my head and gasped for air. And it's a miracle I didn't suffocate in the night. But with how little I can move, her chest stays nettled against my cheek, my heart pounding in my chest. A warm sensation tingles between my thighs, toying with a highly sensitive place. Wonder what that is. I struggle to glance down, only see Ariel with her arms around my waist, trapping my between her boobs. What is with these women and shoving their boobs against me? Why am I boob magnet? Don't complain. One is nice. I close my eyes for a moment, but all I can feel is Leona's soft skin caressing my cheek as her chest rises and falls. My whole body wakes up under siege, my hormones screaming with a kind of primal joy. But my mind cautions me not to wake them. I don't want to be rude, not when they're sleeping so peacefully. I don't want to know when they crawled into bed with me. Somehow it didn't wake me up. Inch by inch, I work my way out of the tangle of limbs. It's like a dangerous game in Jenga, repositioning each limb slowly and carefully, trying not to disturb them too much while I wiggle away. I had to push Leona's boobs away with my hand, frantically whispering all the while. I'm sorry to wake up. I'm sorry to wake up. I'm sorry to wake up. Then there's a matter of getting Ariel off of my waist. It takes almost 20 minutes for me to escape the clutches of her wiry little limbs, with plenty of awkward groping along the way. Okay, now which one? Okay, if I'm thinking about this. Leona is on the right on the picture, which means she's left in reality. I make my way of pushing away. Aha! But my hand doesn't fall on the mattress. It hands on Leona's breasts again. Aha! I checked. I picked the right one. She moans softly and rolls towards my touch, her hand absently lifting and touching mine, holding it against her chest. I freeze like an animal caught in a trap. I watch as Leona rubs my hand against her breast, massaging herself. Is she having a dream? Little by little, her eyes start to open. Before I can wake her further, I slip my hand away and toward the shower. Hopefully I didn't wake her too much. As I walk toward the shower, I stare at my hand. Oh! I almost jump out of my skin when someone steps aside behind me, their soft footsteps seemingly as loud as a gunshot. Hee. I spin around from my place near the shower, ready to fight. Only I see Leona smiling at me and sleepily rubbing her eyes. I breathe a terrible sigh. Oh, I almost punched you! I seriously almost punched you! That's okay. You don't look like you could have hit very hard. You might have hurt yourself more than you hurt me. We wouldn't want that. She laughs tiredly and takes my hand, running her fingers across my knuckles. I feel a little bashful under her gentle attention. She has such soft eyes. They almost entreat me to be close and open with her. Did I wake you up? Maybe a little, but I'm glad you did. I need to shower too. Oh boy. She drops her nightwear right in front of me, baring her whole body to me, and my heart leaps into my throat. She giggles and steps closer with that naughty expression. where are we going with this? Are you ever going to get used to it? I hope not. I hope so! She smiles and grasps my hand more firmly, leading me toward the shower. My ability to make decisions is totally paralyzed. I can only follow her, shedding my clothes as I do so. How does she do this? How does she make me feel all this is normal and okay? Before yesterday, I never got negative from another person before, especially not in a situation like this. But next to Leona, there's no fear or awkwardness at all. I am so happy I chose left. Or was it right? No, I chose left. She lets the shower wash over, darkening her hair and letting the water run in small rivers over her breasts and down her stomach. I watch, staring as it glistens on her skin, sparkling 1,000 falling diamonds. The suds soon join them as she uses my soap, lathering herself up. She catches my eyes and smiles and guides my hand to her body. You can do more than look. You can touch if you want. She rests my hands near her hips, but she leaves it to me to make the next move. I feel clumsily and unsure as my hands glide over to her wet skin, pulling her a little closer as I help wash her off. She returns the favor with a hand on my chest, sliding it across my nipple and then down, taking me fully in her hand. The sensation makes my breath stutter in my throat. She smiles, delighted by my reaction as she plays with my... teasing it larger. I don't like saying that word! I still haven't completely shaken my morning wood, and that was making it far worse by the situation I woke up in. Leona steadily finds a rhythm as I relax to the heat of her palm, mixed with slick, warm water. A groan rises in my throat. Isn't this a pleasant way to wake up? You're really padding your resume. No need to consider that part of the deal. It's just, thank you for listening to us and being a good host. You didn't have to, after all. Is she crazy? Did she seriously think I was going to turn away 2 women who wanted to give me casually sexually favors at any time of the day? I attempt to voice any of those thoughts turns into a stuttering grunt as her fingers over my tip, lavishing me with extra attention, before she runs her sensual grip all the way to the hilt again and again. It's like she knows exactly what I enjoy. Maybe she does, or maybe men are just easy. There are many possible explanations for why I'm enjoying this. Maybe she's enjoying it. Why she's enjoying it is the real mystery that needs to be examined under a microscope. Nerd. Her mouth peppers... What? Her mouth peppers kisses along my soapy skin, making my pulse race harder in my throat and then down through the line of my body. Tension steadily wakes in the muscles of my thighs. My willpower begins to buckle. A surge of pleasure builds at the base of my spine, growing more and more relentless until I can't hold it back anymore. Leona doesn't move or flinch when she senses the end nearing. Although I give her a warning mumble, she stays right where she is and keeps her motion steady. The fervor sweeps in. Some primal instinct inside me roars with triumph, while outwardly I silently come on her stomach. With the shower water running over us, my seed quickly mixes with the torrents of water that run across her navel and between her legs. Still, the act happened. Carnal and raw, it makes the tingling afterglow that much better. She primally reaches for the washcloth and begins to wipe herself down, taking extra care to clean off any mess it left behind. Now we're awake! She giggles softly, a faint blush crossing her cheeks for the first time. In the moment, she didn't seem embarrassed by it at all, but then the clarity never sinks in until after you're all finished. I'd appreciate it if you did tell Ariel about this. I don't want her to think I'm trying to do something devious while she's asleep. She might start chugging coffee to stay awake around the clock. I nod numbly. Willing to agree to anything Leona says at the moment. I'm still studying her body, charting the courses of the water as it slides around her skin. She catches my eye and smiles, seeming to understand my distraction. In silence, we finish showering together. If she moves particularly slow for my benefit, I pretend not to notice. As we dry off and change into fresh clothes, Ariel just begins to stir. I slip out of the bedroom so Leona can say she just got out of the shower. It would be suspicious if we both had wet hair the first thing in the morning, so I go downstairs to towel dry my hair and think about what just happened. Nice outfits. As the women and I fix our acceptable breakfast of frozen waffles and eggs, the conversation of what to do today is brought up. Choose our destiny, Drew. Ariel mumbles with her mouth full of syrup. You gotta call the shots on this one. What are we in for today? What do I have to decide? Because we said so. You're the guy, which means you have to listen to us, the women. And, as women, we have to tell you what to do, whatever you want. But we don't mean that, so help you if you choose wrong. What kind of sick social experiment is this? Don't listen to Ariel and terrible stereotypes. She's just trying to scare you. We want you to have a good time, and we're doing all of this on your budget. It's only fair you get to decide what's within your means. It's just an excuse. It's really because we're women and we're incapable of choosing. That's not nice. That's not nice, Darker Studios. Ariel! Strong opinions are stored in balls. As women, we can't have it. Darker Studios? No. I'm about to show you my strong opinions. Leona waves a fist at Ariel, who finally giggles and stops harassing her. I don't care if you're joking around or not. That's not nice. This leaves me shouldered with the burden of just not dating two women at once, but deciding every aspect of the date as well. This is a lot of responsibility for someone who's never been on a date before. I never had so much time for leisure activities in the first place. This is so unnatural. As I chew my breakfast, I think of what I want to do with the women today. I actually don't know. Because me as a person, I like to go to the cinema first. But I don't know which one of these two wants to pick. I did save, so if Ariel likes the cinema, I can just go back and pick Picnic. The movie is the first option that comes to mind. It's the quintessential date idea. It gives us something to do together and eliminate our common interests. It gives us something to talk about after the fact, too. It seems like the perfect date trifecta. What about the cinema? Like a movie, but we're in the past. I probably know all about the spoilers already. That's because you seek out spoilers. I'd love to see... Oh, yes! I picked the right one. Ariel doesn't look too bored, but Leona is already glancing at the calendar. What date is it again? What's out right now? I'm sure there are plenty of things showing that neither of us have seen, even if we are in the past. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen every movie in the world, so I'm sure there's something. Leona commandeers my phone, but I don't try to take it back. Ooh, what about this one? It's action comedy, and I like a lot of the actors in it. Look, Ariel, they have some eye candy for you to stare at. She flashes the phone at Ariel, who doesn't even look convinced. I can't believe I'm fighting with you over the same guy. What? You don't like this actor? You like this actor so much, haven't you two already seen this movie? Oh no, I don't see every single movie that has actors I like. We can watch a midday show too, so it won't be too hard on Drew's wallet. Come on, Ariel, brighten up. The stars are aligning here. What? I'm bright and glowing. Stop pestering me. She waves Leona away and crosses her arms. I'll do whatever you guys want to do, so let's go see the movie. But I'm smuggling in my own candy and nobody can stop me. The theater is cool and quiet as we enter. The movie must have been out for a while. There aren't many people beyond the crowded in front. Come on, let's head toward the back. What? The back? This is an action movie. We should sit toward the front. Okay, so Leona wants back. Drew, where do you usually sit? I feel a little flustered caught between the women like this. I could say the middle just to play the neutral party, but that's not what I really want. Yeah! Leona triumphantly grabs my hand and pulls me through to the dark theater, up the stairs and toward the back row. Ariel stops midway, though, holding her ground. I'm going to sit over here. By all means. What? I mean, it's just a movie. We're all going to be doing the same thing, even if we're not sitting together. I can see better from here. Good. Ariel slips off. Although I cast Leona a glance to ask if we should join her, she continues to lead me toward the back. Hell yeah. Will Ariel be okay by herself? Of course she will. She's a grown woman. Despite constantly calling her girl. I forgot, but sometimes she needs to wear glasses to see things that are particularly far away. But she's not wrong. We are still watching the movie. It's the conversation after the movie that really matters, right? I nod my agreement, deciding that the women know each other better than I know them. After we settle down for the movie, its silliness quickly becomes apparent. Leona, who always seems so rational and gentle and gently serious, starts giggling like a schoolgirl toward the lewd little jokes and slapstick comedy. Her enjoyment is infectious, and I find myself laughing whenever she breaks into another fit of giggles. At some point in the film, I realize we've listed onto each other? Listed? Her head is propped on my shoulder, and I am slouched comfortably to the side. The realization makes warm happiness grow in my stomach and another part of my body. It's so relaxed being able to sit and enjoy something with someone without worrying about my obligations for a few hours. Just having a good time. Is this what I wanted to discover? This is what I wanted to discover, I think, when I went searching for a sociology class. Now I realize this isn't something you can find between the pages of an academic book. Go figure! As the movie goes on, I feel Leona getting a little restless beside me. Then I feel something that makes me sit up in alarm. Leona's hand slides up against the fabric of my jeans. Feeling for the zipper, I glance toward her, but her eyes stay locked on the screen, face carefully neutral. With nothing except her sense of touch, she unzips my fly and reaches in to free me from my jeans. I swallow, my vision suddenly narrowing. The movie fades into nothing but background noise. All I can feel is the exploration of her hand. A few lazy strokes tease me until I'm half hard in her grip. Then she leans over. I really want to show this face. But it's going to be heavily censored because I have to open it in Photoshop. So give me a moment. Hopefully YouTube allows this because I have no idea because it's going to be heavily pixelated. Heavily pixelated. But I love the face she's making right now. And I want to make this the thumbnail. But even with the pixelation, I don't think YouTube would allow that. Which is a shame. Every hair from my neck to my wrist stands up on end. Leona's warm mouth slides over my tip, her tongue tracing slow circles around the head. My throat tightens. I stare at the movie screen without watching it. The parade of thoughts and feelings running through me take precedent. It's like someone set all my senses too low except touch, which has been cranked up to maximum sensitivity. The movie is just background noise in the administration of Leona's mouth. Her head begins to bob slowly. I feel her lips part over my tip, folding perfectly around the shape as she rubs and licks it. Then she sinks further down, taking me into the full heat of her mouth. My fists curl around the end of the armrest, molars clenched together as Leona takes me to the back of her throat. She hesitates for a moment, adjusting to get some air. The half second feels like torturous eternity, my whole body brimmed with anticipation of what's to come. Giggity! Finally, after licking her lips once more, she takes me into her mouth with delight. Bobbing her head up and down on my lap, she sucks my from hilt to tip. She's relentless. She builds me up to the point of no return, the never-ending waves of slick heat washing over me again and again. Although my tip brushes against the back of her throat, it near gives her pause. The movie drowns out heavy breathing. My eyes drift away from the screen, head lolling back against the seat. It's too much. I catch during a quick, quiet moment the soft sound of Leona's wet mouth meeting flesh. A jolt runs through my body, warning spasm. Surely Leona can taste about what's about to happen. Being given a taste of it, but she doesn't slow down at all. Caught in the heat of her mouth, I give myself over to the void and let out a perfect, blissful heat explode in my mind. I feel a nuclear pleasure of a few moments. Outwardly, the orgasm marginally rocks my body. Inwardly, it utterly raises my mind to the ground. Leona holds true through it all. She takes my cum into the back of her throat and never flinches. Until the last drop is finally unleashed and my body slumps back in the seat, she holds her ground. So that happened. Then she primarily slides herself back, touches the corner of her mouth with her thumb, and keeps watching the movie. It takes a few fumbling moments to get my body to respond. Finally, I gather enough sense to pull my dick away and zip up my pants. Although I eyed Leona in the corner of my eye, she seems deeply entranced by the movie, like our little intermission didn't happen at all. I don't get a single line of dialogue after that. All I can think about is Leona's mouth and the way she giggles happily at the movie. Like giving me a blowjob was the simplest and the most natural thing in the world. Before I knew it, the credits are rolling. My heart jumps into my chest when I see Ariel appear in the aisle, walking towards us. Well, there you have it. They were idiots, they saved the day, and everything resolved exactly the way you expected it to. Really? You predicted the ending? Yeah, totally did. Saw it coming from a mile away. You fell asleep, didn't you? It was the best $8 nap I've ever taken. Ariel stretches comfortably. Come on, sleeping through movies works up my appetite. How convenient! Leona exchanges the glance with me, something playful and secretive in her eyes, then guides me along with them. Still numb and floating above the ground, I follow them through the theater and let them lead me toward food. We grabbed some fast food to bring home, spreading out an array of greasy burgers and fries on my kitchen table. So, what did you think, Drew? Oh, I enjoyed the movies. I enjoyed it. What? About the movie. Ariel didn't watch the whole thing, so I'm curious what you thought about it. I enjoyed it. In a technical sense, I didn't watch the whole thing either. I thought it was really good. Bro, could have taken a great nap. Those chairs are so comfy. It's like they expect you to fall asleep. Also, side note, Darker Studios, I highly doubt that you're watching this, but Route 66, completely missed opportunity for Route 69. Like, come on. Come on. So, you enjoyed yourself? Very much so. Ho, very much so. I enjoyed the visuals. Wonderful. I was worried things were going to get... Oh, I love it. I almost choke on my burger. Hard. The plot, like it'd be too hard to follow. They were giving us a lot of information to swallow at once. You are really pushing it. And I love it. And now he's going to clue in with the inner monologue being like, hard, swallow. I start chewing very carefully, trying to keep my face perfectly neutral. They got into a lot of sticky situations after all. Ariel glances between us, clearly not sure what to think. She probably regrets not seeing the movie now. Either way, I'm glad at least someone else enjoyed it. I didn't want to be the odd one out. She flashes me a smile and I wait for my pulse to return to normal rhythm before I start eating again. These women are playing a dangerous game. Whatever you say. I wonder if you go on the picnic, will this one start making sex jokes instead of this one? Ariel eventually shrugs, giving up on trying to figure out what Leona is talking about. Good. I still enjoyed my nap. At night, I'm not surprised when the women practically smother me in bed. When I wake up in the tangle of limbs and hair, it's not jarring to me. I've even perfected the art of escaping. This morning I don't wake either of them up by accident. What, do you want a cookie? 'Cause I do. I want a cookie. Okay. But with that said, I am going to pause it here. Because we had a lot. We had 2 moments, presumably, in here. But yeah, thank you for watching part 4 of Future Gals, and I will see you in the next part. Jackass,